Good evening and welcome to the 2021 Alliance for Community Media Northeast Region NorEaster Video Awards. My name is Keith Tebow, Director of Fall River Community Media in Fall River, Massachusetts, and I'm pleased to be your host for tonight's event. With the 2020 version of this ceremony being held virtually, we were all hoping that we'd be celebrating the best programming of our members in person this year, but that's not the case. As disappointing as that is, we can all come together virtually in fellowship and celebration. I'd like to recognize our NorEaster Awards Committee who organized the collection and judging of the entries and helped put this award ceremony together. Please join me in thanking co-chairs Jim Palmer and Helen Chattel, along with Barbara Chisholm, Karen Hayden, Glenn Williams, and Andrea Santiopetro. I'd like now to welcome in for a few words the president of the Northeast region of the Alliance for Community Media, Rob Chapman.
Hey everyone, welcome to the 2021 NorEaster Awards. I'm Rob Chapman. Just a brief thank you to Keith for all his hosting duties. He does a magnificent job and we look forward to it every year for this video festival. Hopefully next year we'll get to be in person, but as you can tell, this year we're doing it virtually once again due to the Delta variant surge. I would like to announce that I also am stepping down as chair of the ACM Northeast Board of Directors, but I will still be involved. I do currently chair the conference committee, and we have had to postpone it again, but we will hopefully be in person in Providence at the end of March, and so get it in your calendars. We'd like to see you there. We're planning some wonderful events, some wonderful seminars, and it just would be great to see you all in person. So please put it in your calendar. We look forward to seeing you there. So as I said, I am stepping down as the ACM Northeast Chair. I cannot express how much gratitude I have for the group of people that serve on the Board of Directors. They do a wonderful job, put in the extra time, do the effort, and they really do some fabulous work. So my immense gratitude to the people that work on the ACM Northeast Board. And of course to all the access centers across the Northeast who are continuing to produce wonderful work in the middle of this pandemic. We'll get to see quite a few of it tonight, so we're looking forward to that. But for now, I'd like to hand it over to your new chair, Helen. So please, Helen, take it away.
Thank you, Rob, for all your hard work and leadership. I can't wait to see everyone at the conference March 30th and April 1st in Providence, Rhode Island. But tonight, we are here to celebrate the best in the Northeast with the 23rd Annual NorEaster Awards. I'm so proud of all the work that has continued to happen through the pandemic, from 24-hour food drives that tell the stories of real people to rallies for social justice, from local municipal town meetings to high school sporting events and everything in between. The creativity, the dedication, the devotion, this year's winners really bring home what we all do, big or small centers, cities and towns. Tonight, we not only celebrate our centers and producers, tonight we recognize those in our centers that have served our country. Happy Veterans Day, and let the show begin.
We're hosting this ceremony on Veterans Day, where we hold in highest regard those who have served our country to defend our freedoms. We'd like to take this moment to celebrate our members who've served in our armed services. Thank you very much. The Northeast region and this award show have long received the generous support from a number of vendors with which many of us are customers. These sponsors understand the value of our industry and we thank them. Let's hear a few words now from tonight's sponsors.
We have a lot of residents in our audience that have challenges with hearing, and we would often bring in signers for our mayor and city council meetings in order to get that information to the viewers. So we decided to take it a step further and get captioning. We had talked about it for years. How are we going to get captioning? Can we do it at a public access station? When we met up with municipal captioning, we found out that we could.
Hi, I'm Steve Izraelski, president of Cablecast Community Media, and we are proud sponsors of the NorEaster Awards. When it comes right down to it, what's most important is the programming, and that is what you guys are producing. It's the heartbeat of public access television, and you are all to be congratulated. Actually, if you want to see your content distributed more widely, we encourage you to upload it to PEG Media, where other access centers can access the content and download it and show it in their own communities. Again, congratulations to all of you.
Let's get to the awards. For our category awards, we'll continue to present a third, second, and first place winner within 2 budget divisions. Winners have been notified that they've received an award, but they do not know whether they are a first, second, or third place winner. We'll reveal that tonight. For our overall excellence winners, 3 finalists have been notified in each budget category, but only 1 will win the NorEaster. I'll be reading the winners for each category in reverse order, third, second, then first place. A clip of the first place winner will be shown for each category. Then we'll move on to the next category. So as we start, I want to congratulate all the winners with a disclaimer that I will do my best to pronounce everyone's name accurately. I apologize in advance if we make any mistakes. All right, let's get started. Our first category tonight is Arts and Theater. In the Budget 1 division, the third place winner, 17th Annual North Quabbin Foodathon, Carol Corville, Athol Orange Community Television. Our second place winner, Mind the Trap, a Fantasy Madness Adventure module, Matt Allen, Jamie Horton, and Bill Damon, Cape Media Center. And the NorEaster goes to Akmatar, Mythology and Beyond, GP Vahan, Bedford TV.
Tamar was the name of an Armenian princess who lived on an island in Lake Van in historic Armenia, now modern-day Turkey. As the legend goes, Tamar was in love with a commoner from a village located in the mainland. Each night, the young man would swim from the mainland towards the lonely island to meet his love. Standing at the edge of the cliff by the lake, Tamar would shine a single light from her lantern, showing the way towards her.
Up next is Arts and Theater in the Budget 2 category. Our third place winner, Fox and Owl Festival, Katie Chang, Margie DeMonte, Arlington Community Media. Second place, New Bedford Creative, Episode 1, Dana DeBarros, New Bedford Cable Network. And the NorEaster goes to Recapping the Arts, Northwest Access TV, Swanton Arts Council, Northwest Access Television.
Hey, we've got another art show in the
Great,
works.
Caesar's Ghost. What's this all about?
Another art show in the works. It's all about, what's perfect for Valentine's Day. What are we talking about? Bliss. Emotion speaks bliss. And don't lose a finger over this one or anything. And there's nothing to get too excited about.
I've had, including at the writers' group meeting last night, people seem to be a little, not disappointed, but possibly stumped by the bliss. It's a tough...
Oh, it is. It's a very hard emotion to get down.
Our next category is Children and Youth. In the Budget 1 division, the third place winner, The Curious Giraffe Show, Dorothy Cresswell, Amherst Media. Second place, Baking with Layla, Layla Abbott and Leslie McVeigh, Portland Media Center. And the NorEaster goes to Kids Talk, Let's Dance, Shirley Holdman, Tara Spilgard, Billerica Access Television.
What is all that noise?
Hi, Junior. Were you listening to my tap dancing?
Your what?
Tap dancing. I'm getting better every day with practice. Want to see the shoes?
Wow, shake my hoofs. You have stuff on your feet like the ponies up on the farm.
In the Budget 2 division of Children and Youth, our third place winner, North TV Storytime, Jared Ware and Peter Gay, North Attleboro Community Television. Second place, Peabody Fire Department Safe Program, episode number 4, Peabody TV staff and work study students, Peabody TV. And the NorEaster goes to Native Kids Interviews, Talia Landry, Mashpee TV.
I'm Russell Peters. I am 8 years old and I'm from Mashpee, Massachusetts.
I'm Adriana and I'm 7 years old.
My name is Wesley and I'm 8 years old.
My name is Atticus and I'm 7.
I'm Marcus and I'm 7 years old.
I'm Anderson and I am 11 years old.
I'm Sierra Hendricks. I'm 12 years old and I live in Mashpee and was born and raised in Mashpee.
Next up is Community Impact in the Budget 1 division, third place, 17th Annual North Quabbin Foodathon, Carol Corville, Athol Orange Community Television. Second place, What Musicians Do, COVID Edition, Fire Escape Sessions, Lisa Catherine, Frank Citelli, and Team Hercules, WPAA-TV and Community Media Center. And the NorEaster goes to Marblehead Racial Justice Team, March and Vigil, James Maroney, Marblehead Community Access and Media.
Black Lives Matter! 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 We say hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot.
Budget 2 division of Community Impact, our third place winner, Make It Labs, Fighting COVID, one face shield at a time, James McLean and Peter Johnson, Nashua Educational Television. Second place, Unity Breakfast, 20th Anniversary, Watertown, Massachusetts, Dan Hogan, Watertown Cable Access Corporation. And the NorEaster goes to QPTV Presents Civil Unrest in the United States, Daniel J. Leone, Madeline Johnson, and Rosalind Nieves, Queens Public Television.
Once again, police beating up on people.
Our next category is Diversity and Empowerment in the Budget 1 division. The third place winner, What We Will Become, a conversation with Mimi LeMay, James Maroney, Marblehead Community Access and Media. Second place, The Foundations of Change, Janine Zagel, Bob Thornton, and Tara Spillengard, Billerica Access Television. And the NorEaster goes to Rise Up with Dawn Ennis. Dawn Ennis, West Hartford Community Interactive.
Thanks for rising up. I'm Dawn Ennis, and welcome to our first episode of 2020. Topping the news, we asked you last episode about the impeachment of President Donald Trump and how you would vote if you could. Here are the results of my unscientific poll. Only 5% felt it was enough to simply impeach Trump. A whopping 95% of you voted that he should not only be impeached, but also removed.
The Budget 2 division of Diversity and Empowerment, the third place winner, Focus on Watertown, Episode 16, Black Lives Matter, Dan Hogan, Watertown Cable Access Corporation. Second place, Peabody Against Racial Justice, Peabody TV staff and work-study students at Peabody TV. And the NorEaster goes to Thanksgiving from Wampanoag Youth, Talia Landry, Mashpee TV.
"2020 marks the 400th year since the Mayflower arrived to Plymouth. Descendants of those who greeted the Pilgrims in Plymouth still live in a small town on Cape Cod called Mashpee."
Next up is the documentary category in the Budget 1 division. Third place, Art Week 2020, Don Higgins, Dan Young, City Arts Nashua, Access Nashua Team, Access Nashua. Second place, Valley Shore Community News, Christine Kaminsky, Ross Meglin, and Chris Morgan, Valley Shore Community Television. And the NorEaster goes to Straight Off the Canvas, Short, Anthony Saldana, Jason Figuera, and Absuar M. Abdallah, Queens Public Television, Queens, New York.
Before I was 13, I was able to see, to some degree, but it really was a very muddy, gray version of the world that I was seeing. Everything was kind of just dark and brownish gray. Colors were just, there weren't gradations of them. There was one or two hues of them, and that was maybe it. I remember just being in the car and looking out the window and looking at the trees like along the highway.
Documentary Budget 2 division, the third place winner, Care During COVID-19, Paul Snyder, Kate Ledison, and Stephanie Richer, Northwest Access Television. Second place, North TV Reports, Addiction Hits Home, Megan Miller and Peter Gay, North Attleboro Community Television. And the NorEaster goes to A Cranberry Harvest, Suzanne Richard, Jim Marshall, and Deacon's Cranberry Productions, New Bedford Cable Network.
Hi, Jim Marshall of the New Bedford Cable Network, and we're here in Carver along a busy Route 58 to talk about the cranberry industry at Deacon's Cranberry Product Company. Today, we'll learn about the cranberry industry, the process of harvesting cranberries, and of course, what you see on the table during the holidays. We'll meet some of the team, including grower and co-owner John Deacus, who will talk about the history of the industry and his company.
Up now, his historical documentary in the Budget 1 category, third place winner, Chronicles of USS YMS 403. Tom Gradwitz, Fran Gradwitz, and Michelle Houle, Methuen Community Television. Second place, a tour of Old North Cemetery, Michael O'Mara and Stephanie Breton, Concord Television. And the NorEaster goes to the Antique Road Test number 21, Walter Gosden and John Salemo, 4 Village Studio.
There is so much to look at. There's so much to, if you can't find a car part in Hershey, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I bought cars at Hershey, and the nice thing about buying a car at Hershey, they also have transportation where you can have it shipped anywhere across country or around the world. And you also have, if you buy a car, you also can go around and get parts. What I did was I bought a 49 Studebaker 8 years ago, and I found the shop manual for it.
Historical documentary Budget 2 division, the third place winner, Nashua celebrates 100 years of the 19th Amendment. Jeff Ponehart, Carolyn Iman, and Dan Young, Nashua Community Television. Second place, story of the Martha Briggs Educational Club, Anne Marie Lopes, New Bedford Cable Network. And the NorEaster goes to Finding Chagrues, Robert Berthel, Tom Giroso, and Brianna Demers, Salem Community Television.
We're very excited today. We're going out to a construction area over in Salem, New Hampshire.
We were notified that Salem Depot was going to be redeveloped, better traffic flow, and about maybe 6 buildings were scheduled to be raised. One of them, in fact, we were very interested in because A few years back, a friend that worked at the auto parts store that was there for quite some time told us that there were brand new auto parts never used from the 50s or 40s up in the attic.
Our next category is instructional and training in the Budget 1 division. Our third place winner, Bone Builders, Dairy Cam, Dairy Community Access and Media, Derry, New Hampshire. Second place, Who's Cooking with April? Minced Clams Two Ways, April Maggio and Nancy Reardon, Methuen Community Television. And the NorEaster goes to West Hartford Votes 2020, What You Need to Know, Essie LeBreau and Jennifer Evans, West Hartford Community Interactive.
The coronavirus has impacted every part of our everyday life, and this year's November election is no different. I'm Mayor Sherry Cantor, and I'm coming to you today to explain some of the changes you will see this year as you prepare to vote and to alleviate any concerns that you may have regarding the safety and security of our election process here in West Hartford. Here are some important things to keep in mind. First, all 9 polling locations will be open on Election Day on November 3rd.
Instructional and Training Budget 2 division, our third place winner, Learn to Shellfish, Episode 2, Soft Shell Clams, Paula Hersey and Liz Lewis, Town of Barnstable. Second place, How to Guide a Person with Vision Loss, Corbin Rydell, Brookline Interactive Group. And the NorEaster goes to Design in Bloom, Julie Manugian and Carolyn Ellis, Lex Media, Lexington, Massachusetts.
Hello, flower lovers. I'm Carolyn Ellis. Welcome to Design in Bloom, seasonal flowers for your table and home. I often hear people say, I love flowers. I wish I could arrange them. Design in Bloom is my response. In each episode, I will take you step by step through a flower arrangement, low stress, high success. Thanks for joining me. Let's design some flowers for your table and home.
Hello, flower lovers. I'm Carolyn Ellis. I'm so glad you're with me today.
The next category is Issues and the Political Process in the Budget 1 division. Third place, General Election Candidate Matt Mowers, Derry Cam, Derry Community Access Media, Derry, New Hampshire. Second place, Brookline for Racial Justice and Equity, Emmy Takanami, Ebby Erdman, and Luciana Schnacknick, Brookline Interactive Group. And the NorEaster goes to Meet the Candidate, Chris Pappas, Derry Cam, Derry Community Access and Media, Derry, New Hampshire.
Hi everyone, I'm Congressman Chris Pappas, and I'm running for re-election to continue serving you and the communities throughout the 1st District in Congress. I hope everyone has been staying safe. I know we've been living through a challenging time for everyone. I ran for Congress because I'm grounded in the people and places of New Hampshire, and I've never felt more sure of that. Each day as your congressman has been a true honor, and I certainly appreciate the opportunity to serve my home state as your voice and your advocate in our nation's capital. There have been no shortage of challenges over the last couple of years.
Issues and the Political Process Budget 2 category, the third place winner, Election Coverage 2020, Northwest Access Television. Second place, Salem Candidates Night 2020, Aaron Shamshoing, Tom Geroso, and Peter Reno, Salem Community Television. And the NorEaster goes to How to Vote in 2020, Paula Hersey, Chris Letta, and Stone Dow, Town of Barnstable.
Thomas Jefferson said, "We do not have government by the majority. We have government by the majority who participate." I'm Ann Quirk, Town Clerk for the Town of Barnstable, and your elections official. Voting in the upcoming elections will be safe, secure, and convenient for all of our registered voters. You can cast your ballot at the Barnstable Adult Community Center during in-person early voting.
Next up is Event Coverage Single Camera in the Budget 1 division, our third place winner. Gorilla Comes to Marblehead on Halloween 2020. James Maroney, Marblehead Community Access and Media. Second place, SUP East Coast Style, New Year's Photo Shoot. Again, James Maroney, Marblehead Community Access and Media. And the NorEaster goes to Memorial Day 2020. Tom Benvey, Holbrook Community Access and Media.
Thank you for joining us for our ceremony today. Originally, the day was called Decoration Day. By 1970, this has become a national holiday celebrated on a Monday in May. And Holbrook has not missed a single Decoration Day, now called Memorial Day.
Event coverage, single camera, budget 2 category, our third place winner, UWOTC Feed a Family Turkey Distribution, Access Framingham, Frank Morello, Access Framingham. Second place, Temple Beth Am Basketball, Access Framingham, Frank Morello and Jared Greenberg, Access Framingham. And the NorEaster goes to 2020 FCBL Championships Game 3, John Collins, Tom King and Jason Roble, Nashua Educational Television.
The 2-1 pitch on the way from Jack Steele. Very high to left and deep and looking up. And it is a 3-run bomb with 2 outs. Dylan Jones leaves earth. A 2-out, 3-run homer in the top of the first, and an exclamation point of a start for the Nashua Silver Knights in the championship game.
Next up is event coverage multi-camera. Third place winner, AOTV's 25th annual auction, Carol Corville, Athol Orange Community Television. Second place, Dairy Fest 2020 encore presentation, Dairy Cam, Dairy Community Access Media, Dairy, New Hampshire. And the NorEaster goes to Shoreline Soup Kitchen Concert, Valley Shore Community Television, Valley Shore Community Television Incorporated. Event coverage multi-camera budget 2 division, third place, Around Town, Steve Marks, Charlotte Lucien and Laura Curavan, Boston Neighborhood Network. Second place, Salem Boys, Beach Day, Robert Berthel and Aaron Shamshoyan, Salem Community Television. And the NorEaster goes to QPTV presents the Chapman Roberts Broadway Jazz, Daniel J. Leone, Madeline Johnson and Rosalind Nieves, Queens Public Television.
We're here tonight to pay tribute to the Duke and Pastor John Genzel.
The next category is news and magazine format. In the Budget 1 division, third place, headliner, The News of Marblehead, John Caswell, headliner news team, Marblehead Community Access and Media. Second place, Lex Media Christmas Special, Terry Samaras and Colleen Smith, Lex Media, Lexington, Massachusetts. And the NorEaster goes to Let's Go, Exploring Kimball Jenkins Estate, Mark Aussenault, Michael O'Meara, and Jim Weber, Concord TV.
So welcome to the attic. As you can see, it's not like any other attic you've ever been in. You don't hit your head when you walk around. It has high ceilings and it's really a spectacular place. We are undergoing a restoration of our roof and much of the exterior woodwork of the house. This is long overdue, as you can tell from the water damage that you can see.
News and magazine format, Budget 2 category. Third place goes to Watertown Weekly News, Watertown Cable Access Corporation. Second place, Bedford Community Corner, Episode 1. George Cox, Bill Jennings, Bedford Community Television in New Hampshire. And the NorEaster goes to Peabody Holiday Lights Tour. Peabody TV staff and work-study students, Peabody TV.
Next, we made our way to the Boulderwood neighborhood, where the neighbors have channeled their festive holiday spirit into a little friendly competition. Have a look.
Welcome to the Boulderwood 3rd Annual Light Festival.
In the Boulderwood neighborhood of Peabody, while the annual Lights Festival is a relatively new event, you wouldn't know that by looking around. These neighbors are seasoned pros of Christmas decorating.
This is our 3rd annual Light Festival. This is probably by far up until now the best one we've had so far.
Up next is municipal and government programming. In the Budget 1 category, 3rd place, Nevins Library Out Loud. Krista McLeod, Nevins Library staff, Methuen Community Television. 2nd place, FPFD, Red Alert number 4, Larry King, Bob Wisniewski, and Leigh Terrell, 4 Village Studio. And the NorEaster goes to Because Your Life Depends on It, Michael O'Meara, Matt Arsenault, Concord Television.
It takes time for emergency personnel. It takes time to receive notification by the time somebody calls for help. It's going to take time to respond, and it's also going to take time for emergency personnel to locate. That's why it's important to know exactly where you are when you do call for help. Otherwise, it may take additional time. We may be tracking coordinates through 911.
Municipal and Government Programming Budget 2 Division, our 3rd place winner, Dine Out Peabody 2020, Peabody TV staff and work-study students, Peabody TV. 2nd place, Public Health Matters, Jane Goodman, Bobby Bagley, and Dan Young, Nashua Educational Television. And the NorEaster goes to WPCD, Treating Barnstable's Wastewater, Paula Hersey, Chris Letta, and Stone Dow, Town of Barnstable.
Feed activated sludge to the waste stream, and it helps break down the nitrogen into, well, might need to hold that thought for a second because it's a 2-step process, so cut. Here I go. I'm Andrew Boulay, Supervisor of the Water Pollution Control Division. Today we're going to take a quick tour of the treatment plant and show you how it works.
We're going to take a pause right now to hear again from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Steve Izraelski, President of Cablecast Community Media, and we are proud sponsors of the NorEaster Awards. When it comes right down to it, what's most important is the programming, and that is what you guys are producing. It's the heartbeat of public access television, and you are all to be congratulated. Actually, if you want to see your content distributed more widely, we encourage you to upload it to PEG Media, where other access centers can access the content and download it and show it in their own communities. Again, congratulations to all of you.
We have a lot of residents in our audience that have challenges with hearing, and we would often bring in signers for our mayor and city council meetings in order to get that information to the viewers. So we decided to take it a step further and get captioning. We had talked about it for years. How are we going to get captioning? Can we do it at a public access station? When we met up with municipal captioning, we found out that we could.
As you may know, the Northeast region represents community media centers within the 6 New England states and the state of New York. We're fortunate to have statewide organizations on the ground to work with our members and address statewide concerns. We'd like to take a few moments now to get an update from representatives of our state community media organizations.
It's been another busy year at Mass Access. We started off the year by honoring media producers at our Massachusetts Creator Awards in January and awarded the Massachusetts House of Representatives House Broadcast Services our Outstanding Contributor of the Year. We held a virtual spring conference in June and held 3 fall meet and greet events in October. These took place in Quincy, Lowell, and Brimfield, Massachusetts, and were our first in-person events in quite a long time. There are 2 pieces of legislation that we are supporting and working hard to get passed. The first is S 1346, an act relative to PEG access and cable-related funds. If passed, municipalities would have the option of setting up revolving funds for PEG franchise fees and would no longer have to wait for their revenue to be appropriated at town meeting. The second is House Number 130 and Senate Number 2200, an act relative to a streaming entertainment operator's use of the public rights of way. This bill would update existing laws and may help to make up for revenue being lost due to cord cutting. The bill could also potentially be a model for how other states address streaming entertainment and its use of the public rights of way. We held our regular First Friday calls and updated the Mass Access website to make it easier for our members to use and enjoy. Lastly, we launched our 2021 Community Media Matters campaign, sharing testimonials from key stakeholders who have been positively impacted by the work that community media does in Massachusetts every day.
Good evening and welcome to this year's annual NorEaster Awards. I'm Matt Sullivan, Executive Director of LMC Media located in Mamaroneck, New York. I want to take this time to thank everyone across the Northeast region for everything that you do on a daily basis to keep your communities informed, connected, and empowered. I know that personally, we recently as a community suffered great losses during Hurricane Ida, and it was a very humbling and empowering moment for us as a community media center to reach out and try to help as best we could our local residents who were misplaced during these storms, who still do not have homes. And we've been able to serve as a communication bridge between local government, local agencies, nonprofit organizations, and residents alike. This is the work that we carry in our hearts, and this is incredibly important work that we all do collectively across the region. Now, I want to say that the New York chapter of the ACM is actively working with our colleagues across the state to re-examine the ways in which franchise fees are handled in the Empire State. We look forward to presenting our plans which seek to support community media here in New York in the near future. So again, a huge pat on the back to all of you. Congratulations to our nominees tonight, our winners, and to everyone for making community media the bright, shining star that it is.
And now back to our awards. Up next is Music and Performance. In the Budget 1 division, the 3rd place winner, West Houston Presents number 193, West Houston 4 Village Studio. 2nd place, Derry Underground, Sunday Avenue, Derry Cam, Derry Community Access and Media, Derry, New Hampshire. And the NorEaster goes to Charged Up Top 10, Episode 49, Angel Melendez, Young Spaz, Access Nashua Team, Access Nashua.
We glad to be back for you people, that's right. It's your boy, Heavy Lyrics, shutting it down, holding it down for Florida, featuring Beanie Siegel with Bully Bree. Let's go. The Bully, charged up.
Music and Performance, Budget 2 division, our 3rd place winner. Somewhere Over the Rainbow by BHS Vocal Ensemble, BHS Music Department, Beverly Community Access Media. Second place, Local Music Now, Quincy Lord, Andy Friedman, Beverly Community Access Media. And the NorEaster goes to Aretha Franklin Tribute, Bradley Lewis, Boston Neighborhood Network.
Change, change, change. Change, change, change. Change, change, change. Change, change, change. Chain of fools. For how long years I thought you were my man.
Our next category is PSA or short program. In the Budget 1 division, our third place winner, Shop Local, Pam Evans, Marblehead Community Access and Media. Second place, Blue Space Minute, Why Do Our Beaches Close, Episode 1, Jessica E. Jakes and Judith A. Warren, Worcester Government Television. And the NorEaster goes to Color of Hope, Andrew Horn, WPAA-TV and Community Media Center.
It may look gray at times, helpless and uncertain. We ask, where is normal? And will it ever return? We feel alone, worried, and sometimes lost.
PSA, our short program, Budget 2 division. Third place goes to Quincy DPW, the Recycle Zone, Mark Crosby, John Sullivan, and Carol Thaman, Quincy Access Television. Second place, New Bedford Counts Census Promo, Suzanne Richard, New Bedford Cable Network. And the NorEaster goes to Library Card PSA, Dan Hogan, Watertown Cable Access Corporation.
Hello, I'm Mike and I work at the Watertown Free Public Library. The Watertown Library is located at 123 Main Street, just a 5-minute walk from Watertown Square. Everyone who lives in Massachusetts can get a free library card in Watertown. It's easy to sign up. Here's how you do it. Visit the library with a Massachusetts driver's license or ID card. If you do not have a Massachusetts ID, you can use any government-issued photo ID.
School and Educational Program is our next category. In the Budget 1 division, the third place winner, Next Charter School 2020, Derry Cam, Derry Community Access Media, Derry, New Hampshire. Second place, AHS Homecoming Pep Rally, Allison Rose and Joshua Whizzer, WACA-TV, Ashland, Massachusetts. And the NorEaster goes to John F. Kennedy 2020 Back to School, Zach Gorman, Jenna Cabral, and Dylan Carroll Brown, Holbrook Community Access and Media.
Hello, I'm Mallory Stevens, principal of the JFK Elementary School.
And I'm Kate O'Donoghue, the assistant principal.
We are excited to welcome you back to what is surely going to be a memorable year.
We ask that students walking in or arriving by bicycle follow the sidewalk around the bus lane, staying as far to the right as possible, and following any directions they receive from staff members. Students arriving on a bicycle must walk their bikes once they reach the bus lane.
Lunchtime will be different from what you're used to.
School and Educational Program, Budget 2 Division, third place, Welcome Back, PVMHS, Peabody TV staff and work study students, Peabody TV. Second place, Salem High School Class of 2020 graduation ceremony, Robert Berthel, Aaron Shemshoyan, and Tom Giroso, Salem School District Media and Salem Community Television. And the NorEaster goes to Focus on Learning, Cogden Elementary School, Suzanne Richard, New Bedford Public Schools, New Bedford Cable Network.
We needed to learn different ways of teaching as a staff in order to help our students grow and acquire English language at a faster rate than other schools had to do. So we kind of got together as a staff and we did a lot of professional development around vocabulary acquisition. We did a lot of professional development around accountable talk and designing classes that give students the opportunity to listen and speak in English more.
The next category is Science, Health, and Spirituality. In the Budget 1 division, our third place winner, CHW in Action, Pathways for Healing Part 2. Rafael Calderon, Access Nashua Team, Access Nashua. Second place, Exit Team Nashua, Ricky Parra, Jasmine LaMontagne, Jesse Hulbert, Access Nashua. And the NorEaster goes to Summer Solstice Sunrise Celebration, James Maroney, Marblehead Community Access and Media. Science, Health, and Spirituality, the Budget 2 division. Third place, What's Happening with Lisa Macario, Elliot Margolis, Gail Burke, and George Binns, Beverly Community Access Media. Second place, Living the Good Life, Arthritis Exercise with Gail, Beverly Council on Aging, Beverly Community Access Media. And the NorEaster goes to Health Source, WPMC staff, Woburn Public Media Center.
There are many reasons why you could consider meditation and mindfulness. One, of course, is stress reduction. I think that that's the most common reason that anybody finds their way there. Some could say, I want to be a fantastic athlete, and somebody else might want to say, I need more focus and concentration on my duties at work or at school or as a parent or whatever it is. So there's so many good ways to do that. I think meditation and mindfulness is to direct the focus of your brain.
Our next category is student programming. We only have one set of winners here. In third place, PVMHS Junior ROTC program, PBD-TV, Work Study Students, PBD-TV. Second place, Nathan Porjali Christmas Special, Nathan Borjali and Terry Samaras, Lex Media, Lexington, Massachusetts. And the NorEaster goes to The Truth About Cold Water Surfing, Will Lamb, Marblehead Community Access and Media.
When most people think of surfing, they think of palm trees, white sandy beaches, and crystal clear blue water.
Just got out of the water. Look, I have an icicle on my hair. It was that cold that my hair froze. Look at that.
But for me, I don't get that luxury.
Sports programming is up next in the Budget 1 division. Third place, Greenfield Green Wave Hockey versus Lunenburg. Kevin Murphy, Alec Eckel, and Chris Collins, Frontier Community Access Television. Second place, MHS Football 2020. Merrimack TV staff, Dave Carter and Ralph Carpentier. Merrimack TV, Merrimack, New Hampshire. And the NorEaster goes to MHS Sports on MHTV. John Caswell and the MHTV Sports Team, Marblehead Community Access and Media.
Now he's going to play it back to the point. Shot through. Hits hard and he scores! It hit hard, it fell to the ice, and Colin Hart snapped it into the net. He was trying for the tip, but the puck got way too much of his body, but it just fell right to the ice. And Colin Hart said, well, thank you very much. I'll take it for my second goal of the game and my 9th of the season.
In the Budget 2 division of sports programming, our winners are third place, 2020 Battle of the Bridge Boys Basketball, John Collins, Tom King, and Jason Robbie, Nashua Educational Television. Second place, Game of the Week, Boys North Division 4 Semifinals, Pat Flaherty, Arlen Shostak and Alan Platt, Boston City Television. And the Nor'easter goes to PVMHS, Varsity Girls Hockey versus Bishop Fenwick. Peabody TV staff and work study students, Peabody TV.
Welcome back to the McVan O'Keefe Arena in Peabody, Massachusetts for the 2020 Carlin Cup. I'm here with Peabody Tanner's netminder Jen Collins. Jen, coming into this game, what are your expectations going forward against the team that you have beaten 4-1 earlier in the season?
So the game was much harder than we thought it would be last year, so I'm expecting quite the battle, but we should be coming out with the win, but I don't want to jinx us.
One thing to consider coming in, not very many netminders can say they've started all 20 games during their regular season in high school. You have started all 20, or this will be your 20th start.
Profile Talk Show up next. The Budget 1 Division, our third place winner, Nashua Strong, We Mow Lawns and More. Harvey Key, Access Nashua Team, Access Nashua. Second place, Liz's Movie Picks, Oscars, Derry Cam, Derry Community Access Media, Derry, New Hampshire. And the Nor'easter goes to Davidson and Company number 285, Larry Davidson, 4 Village Studio.
The Job is a fascinating film that really hit me and the judges. It was made by a policeman who actually suffers from the PTSD. I mean, it's a very real story about what happens after you're in a situation where you actually kill someone. And this filmmaker really is not pursuing necessarily filmmaking. He wants to get this message out, and he goes around touring to different precincts and talking to the officers and stuff.
Profile Talk Show Budget 2 Division, our third place winner, Main Street Westford, correcting the record, Joyce Polino Crane, Nick Woodbury, and Steve Edwards, Westford Cat. Second place, North Shore Journal, founder of Service Dog Project, Walt Kosmowski, Beverly Community Access Media. And the Nor'easter goes to COVID Chronicles, Peabody TV staff and work study students, Peabody TV.
For people who don't know you, can we just go around and introduce yourselves and what your title is?
I'm Sharon Cameron. I'm the Director of Public Health for the City of Peabody. Cassie Robinson, Public Health Nurse for the City of Peabody. Brenda Wolf, School Nurse Leader for the City of Peabody.
So since the last time that the public saw you at the City Council meeting, what has changed in Peabody?
A couple of the biggest things have really happened on a statewide level.
General Talk Show is our next category in the Budget 1 Division. Third place goes to Chick Chattin, guest Don McGrath, Jocelyn Briggs, Access Nashua Team, Nashua Community Television. Second place, Movie Reviews with Leslie McVeigh and Roger Burrell. Leslie McVeigh and Roger Burrell, Portland Media Center, Portland, Maine. And the Nor'easter goes to Beacon Hill Briefings, Representative Jack Patrick Lewis and Connor Donovan, WACA-TV, Ashland, Massachusetts.
Representative Jack Lewis and I are incredibly excited to invite one of our favorite colleagues, Representative Tammy Gouveia from Acton, to join us in a conversation.
Regular hours, but the town manager and the town next door, the mayor, decided that, you know what, we need to limit the number of hours that our grocery stores are open for safety reasons. None of this happened. I'm just sort of giving you examples of how this plays out for people without getting into specifics too much.
General Talk Show Budget 2 Division. Third place goes to We Hold These Truths, hosted by Michael Brown, Katie Chang, Margie DeMonte, Arlington Community Media, Arlington, Massachusetts. Second place, Schwitzen with Norm, In Quarantine, Norm Meltzer and Suzanne Richard, New Bedford Cable Network. And the Nor'easter goes to In the Toy Box, Christmas Episode Special, Charlene Rocha Aruda, Matthew Aruda, and Kevin Belli, New Bedford Cable Network.
The Christmas season hadn't fully arrived until a slew of stores' Christmas catalogs had shown up in the mail. These beefed up brochures usually centered around gifts children desired most: toys.
From Playing Mantis in 2003, behind me I have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
My favorite Christmas present came along in 84? Well, here it is.
Our next category is About Access and Community Media. In the Budget 1 division, our third place winner, Dairy Cam Compilation, Dairy Cam, Derry, New Hampshire. Second place, Community Media Day video, Allison Rose, WACA-TV, Ashland, Massachusetts. And the NorEaster goes to Merrimack TV Promos 2020, Colin Marr, Nicholas LaValle, and Justin Ciez, Merrimack TV, Merrimack, New Hampshire.
Continuously covering your municipal meetings virtually. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So when we get a caller, we have to admit them into the virtual waiting room. And in the background, I kind of work as tech support for the boards and committees.
That's in addition to the usual meeting procedures. After generating graphics with the meeting's agenda on it and starting the recording, there's still a lot to do.
Budget 2 division of About Access and Community Media. Third place goes to Challenging Times, Ron Cox, James Mudge, Urban Media Arts in Massachusetts. Second place goes to Westford's Commitment to Community, Sarah Fletcher, Patty Stocker, Westford Cat. And the NorEaster goes to Media Matters, the LMC Impact, LMC Media, LMC Media.
LMC Media helped me in my media journey from the very beginning.
And I was a video production intern with Larchmont Mamaroneck Community Television.
I started volunteering at LMC 10 years ago when I was just 10 years old.
I started out announcing games for the varsity sports part of LMC TV.
I started volunteering with LMC TV around middle school.
I needed a place to start so I could learn and grow not only in front of the camera but also behind the scenes.
Coming up next are two new categories to our awards, and they have to do with audio programming. First up is Radio Programming Station Compilation. We only have one winner. The NorEaster goes to WBCA Community Radio, Brett Roderick's Boston Neighborhood Network.
Another day of Boston traffic. Why is it getting louder? I'll just turn the radio. Whoa! Why? No! No!
You're listening to WBCA LP. 102.9 FM Boston. Boston's community radio station.
WBCA 102.9.
And our other audio program is Podcast or Audio Program. Only one division here. In third place, it goes to AM Quincy with Joe Catalano. John Caleri and Joe Catalano, Quincy Access Television. Second place, Teen Title Talk, Rebel Wing and the God Game, Derry Cam, Derry Community Access Media, Derry, New Hampshire. And the NorEaster goes to Sherlock Holmes Radio Drama, Jonathan Caleri, Allison Tucker, and Tara Brooke Watkins, Quincy Access Television.
I call it The Adventure of the Tolling Bell. Well, that story began in a small country village known as Conforth. Holmes had recently brought to a successful conclusion the affair of the Barrow and Furnace wheelchair murders. And we decided a few days' rest in nearby Conforth would do us some good before returning to our arduous life on Baker Street. We were staying in a small but comfortable inn.
Congratulations again to all of you who have been recognized as winners within our video categories. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back to present the winners of our Overall Excellence Awards.
We have a lot of residents in our audience that have challenges with hearing, and we would often bring in signers for our mayor and city council meetings in order to get that information to the viewers. So we decided to take it a step further and get captioning. We had talked about it for years. How are we going to get captioning? Can we do it at a public access station? When we met up with municipal captioning, we found out that we could.
Hi, I'm Steve Izraelski, president of Cablecast Community Media, and we are proud sponsors of the NorEaster Awards. When it comes right down to it, what's most important is the programming, and that is what you guys are producing. It's the heartbeat of public access television, and you are all to be congratulated. Actually, if you want to see your content distributed more widely, we encourage you to upload it to PEG Media, where other access centers can access the content and download it and show it in their own communities. Again, congratulations to all of you.
Time now to present the winners of our Overall Excellence Awards. Let's get right to it. In the budget category of under $300,000, we have two finalists: Bedford TV, Bedford, Massachusetts, and WPAA TV and Community Media Center, Wallingford, Connecticut. And the NorEaster goes to Bedford TV, Bedford, Massachusetts.
Bedford Television.
Bedford TV.
Bedford TV.
Bedford TV is a
Bedford Television.
Are you a performer and misperforming?
Well, we have the perfect solution for you.
On May 20th, Bedford TV is hosting a video fundraiser to support Operation Feed the Soul, an organization that donates meals to medical care workers.
And
we need you.
Overall excellence now in the budget category of $301,000 to $600,000. Our finalists are WACA TV, Ashland, Massachusetts; Westford Cat, Westford, Massachusetts; and MHTV, Marblehead Community Access and Media, Marblehead, Massachusetts. And the NorEaster goes to MHTV, Marblehead Community Access and Media, Marblehead, Massachusetts.
During this time, while practicing social distancing, please check on your neighbors, your friends, and loved ones by phone or from the sidewalk to make sure they are well and they have what they need to be safe and healthy. It's important now more than ever to come together as a community, show your neighbors compassion, to be there for one another.
I have to make sure when I'm driving that I'm not only paying attention to the road, but I'm paying attention to the odometer in my car to ensure that I'm going the exact speed limit. And Marblehead, I am tired. I am tired. I can't breathe.
Next up is overall excellence in the budget category of $601,000 to $850,000. Our finalists are WPMC staff, Woburn Public Access Media Center, Woburn, Massachusetts; Quincy Access Television, Quincy, Massachusetts; and Watertown Cable Access Corporation, Watertown, Massachusetts. The NorEaster goes to Quincy Access Television, Quincy, Massachusetts.
One I want to bring up is the Discover Quincy videos that we did over the summer, and kind of a PSA about what's going on in Quincy, businesses that are open and different events you can attend, and what you can do during the day, from going to the beach or hiking the Blue Hills, all the different things like that. So I thought that was kind of a good one we could maybe touch on. Joe, how about you? What do you have?
I definitely think, that the Dean Schaefer parade that we did, I don't know if you remember that or not, but it was the 100-year-old veteran who was going to be the guest speaker at the Veterans Day ceremony. And, of course he couldn't because of the pandemic and he was ill. And all the drive-by celebrations that took place got so popular anyway, so they just kind of brought the celebration to him, and he was able to watch it from the comfort of his own home.
Finally now, overall excellence in the category of a budget of $851,000 or over. Our finalists are Peabody TV, Peabody, Massachusetts, Boston Neighborhood Network, Boston, Massachusetts, and New Bedford Cable Network, New Bedford, Massachusetts. And the NorEaster goes to New Bedford Cable Network, New Bedford, Massachusetts.
In 2020, the global pandemic changed the world, and New Bedford Cable Network had to change with it.
At the start of the year, COVID wasn't a huge concern, and we covered our normal events such as the inauguration of city officials, our annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration events, exciting new projects for our city like planning for rail and the urban renewal mapping plan, both of which invited the community into the process. City council and school committee meetings, zoning and planning board meetings were covered in our normal fashion. High school sports continued as usual, going live on Facebook with a full crew, utilizing 3 cameras in our production van and 2 announcers for play-by-play action.
There you have it, the winners of the 2021 NorEaster Awards. Congratulations again to all the winners. We're extremely proud and impressed by the great work you all do within your community. Pandemic or not, you all provide a valuable service that's appreciated by us, and we know your local community. Please keep up the good fight. We do sincerely hope to see you all in person at our scheduled conference in late March in Providence, Rhode Island, and at this ceremony approximately 1 year from now. Thank you for watching and have a good night.